Alright, welcome back to the walkthrough, and today we will tackle the next few set of races in... what's this district called? Well, it's called Billings District. I do not know why it's named that way, but let us proceed with the sprint event. Yeah, so the races are interesting in the sense that it helps you get a good feel of what's going on inside the districts. Now, in the past few races, I believe that the cops have been hunting us down, so there is a high chance this time around we probably would need to evade some police pursuits. And for that, I will cover at least one of them this time around, or maybe I may even cover all of them, who knows. I mean, this is a relatively relaxed walkthrough, and the police chases are what makes things a little bit more entertaining, if you would. So there's that. Ow. Okay. This is strange. I do not remember Cell being so slow. I remember Cell used to be much faster, even as a tier 1 car. Oh, mates, that's not cool. Not cool at all. Let's try that again. There we go. Ow! What is going on? Oh boy, leave me alone. Okay. This is awkward. Joel is beating Joel at this point in time. Okay, ow! What is wrong with these cars? I do not understand how... this is not fun. I mean, this game is great, but it's not fun to keep slamming into the cars. Okay, there we go, finally. That shouldn't have taken too long. I do not know why that took that long. Very, very honest. I envision cops to be on our tail, but for some reason there aren't any cops now. Maybe we'll get some cops later on. Yeah, and I can show you guys how I evade cops, and usually I try to evade them as quickly as possible, unless I'm trying to attain the reward cards, which require you to have a sufficiently long pursuit and cause sufficiently enough damage to the public property and whatnot. Okay, I guess this gives me some time for some stories. So recently, I met up with my boss and we agreed that I would actually prepare higher level mathematics. Now, I mean, what I mean by that is senior high mathematics materials. And it definitely seems more interesting. The workload is a little bit more because the content is a bit not as straightforward to explain, but it is fruitful and the questions would be more insightful as a whole as well. So it feels great to be doing that. Oh, what's this? Reward card. Stash finished for completing a balance of 50 grand. Awesome. Alright, so we're gonna head on over to the next event. It's Mason Fountain. It's a speed trap, and we probably would encounter cops this time around. So this is gonna be fun. Yeah. So as I was saying, my boss is and I discussed that we agreed that I would prepare mathematics at a slightly more challenging level, which I find to be more insightful. Definitely feels more at the border between between what I'm familiar with and what I'm less familiar with. Senior high math does seem to be more interesting as a whole. There are more things you can talk about. Things are more generalized, which means that you don't have to worry too much about particular content. So for example, if you're talking about, let's just say, the range of a function, You don't have to worry about whether the function is a polynomial or a rational function or whatever. Just you know, any function works, and especially at the senior high level, students have access to a graphing calculator, which means that you can pretty much throw at them any function you want as long as it has a nice formula, right? And it feels great. I feel like I have more flexibility in the different kinds of questions that I can test. I feel way less restricted in terms of, you know, in trying to list out question types, as compared to, you know, trying to highlight key techniques, which I think are more insightful as a whole. That would not do me any good. Ouch. This might be a problem. I might actually have to restart this race. So this could be a problem actually. No! Ah! Go! Oh my word, this is a problem. Okay. This is a problem. And all the cars are like blazing ahead of us. Alright, we've got cops. Oh wow! It locked onto Sal rather than me. Okay. Well, I actually think we might not be able to win this race. So we'll see if that's the case. Wow. Come on, let's go! Oh wow! We actually still won the race. And it turns out that the police did not even lock in on us. Right, so the police may appear, but if they do not lock in on you, well, then you do not actually have to evade the police. So that's pretty cool. So you might be wondering how I got away, and that is because I reached the finish line first, which basically caused all the trailing cars that have not passed the finish line to incur penalties, and the penalties accrued so that I would still have the higher score in the end, or me or Cell would have the higher score. Alright, we are gonna head on to a canyon drift. So it's basically the usual drift story, but now we're gonna head on to the canyons. The astute among you will realize that this is in fact the very first canyon you know, track that you guys saw in the introduction where we got hunted down by Cross. This is actually the path, the canyon route, which, ow, darn it, which we got ourselves in. Why do I find myself struggling in this? This is strange. I usually do not find canyon drifts to be particularly challenging, but my car isn't behaving as well behaved as I want it to. So that is rather surprising. But yeah, the drifts here are pretty much, you don't have to worry too much about getting the scores. I usually like to challenge myself to get the highest score possible just for fun. And usually I can hit 500k. Ow, darn it. Let's try that again. Yeah, 70k is usually, you don't have to worry too much about drifts. Just drift sufficiently and, you know, you should be able to get the score that beats everyone else. You can see that my drifting skills really aren't the best. I keep hitting into walls, and yeah, canyon drifts are great because the combo multipliers do not actually reset. Doesn't reset every once in a while, which means you could get a maximum of 20, and if you drift properly, you can take your score times 20 to get at least 500k, so that works out really well as well. Now with that being said, I will defend this territory on my own time. Thank you all for watching this part of the walkthrough. Remember to like, share, comment and subscribe for more awesome videos to come.